Många höjde nog lite extra på ögonbrynet i Bjursåsbacken häromdagen. På besök var nämligen Mr. Robinoneleg, nyzeeländaren som efter en allvarlig trafikolycka för 15 år sedan åker bland annat snowboard med bara ett ben. Eller snarare ett ben och en egen uppfinning som han skapat av cykeldelar.
In my first day snowboarding, I actually bent the aluminium pole of the foot that they'd given me. And so I went back to the limb centre in Dunedin and I said, well, this isn't good enough. If this happens in one day snowboarding, how can you call this equipment? And so at the time that they were trying to repair the leg that I had, I was starting to design up my own leg with a Fox shock absorber in it from a mountain bike and something that gave me the ability to jump or to walk on uneven ground or walk along the beach or snowboard or skateboard.
Nej, att ge upp sina intressen har aldrig varit ett alternativ för Robinoneleg, men vägen har inte varit spikrak. Intresset för protesen har varit sval i hemlandet och sedan några år tillbaka står hoppet att kunna utveckla uppfinningen i Europa och Sverige.
So I would really like to see a way to put this on other Swedish people and to see what other Swedish kids can do on my leg, or even old people being able to just walk to the shop again. As much as it was a tragedy losing my foot, there was also so many positive things that came from it. And I never would have designed this if I hadn't have lost my leg. So.
Och så var det här med namnet. Heter han verkligen Robinoneleg?
No, I wasn't lying. I changed it because I wanted to be able to be approachable by people about my disability and my leg. Yeah, most of the time it's been a really cool, positive experience. Like, so many people have laughed about it, which is the way it should be. You know, it's a bit of a joke. It's like, you don't have to take everything in life so seriously. Thank you very much. Testing? Yep, this is working. Hello, my name is, as you've seen from this video, I am Robinoneleg. We represent ROLModels, and this is a development in prosthetics that has not been seen so much before for many, many years. I lost my leg in 1998 through no fault of my own in an accident, to discover at that point that prosthetics were still very primitive. Very stiff, and there was no ease of movement. No being able to bend or balance, like so. You can see with the problems here, all prosthetic legs effectively are pretty much the same. They're very stiff. They require so much pain to be able to balance and walk that you don't get the freedom of movement. This is where we've come up with the technology and the solution. Here at ROLModels, we have designed a prosthetic to be able to mimic the way the human ankle and body works. As you can see with the difference of function of a standard prosthetic leg, if I want to bend down to touch my toes, I can't do it. I have to go this way and put my leg out. It's not very comfortable. It's not the way the human body with two legs would work. So with the prosthetic that we have here, I have the ability to be able to bend evenly, touch my toes, keep my back straight, bend my knees, and come back up. So to show you that on this side, I can do the same process. So it gives me my normal movement as a human being. What makes ROLModels unique is that it is fully adjustable, so it can fit small children, long amputees, or even amputees above the knee. It is scalable to work with any weight, any height of human being, even a double amputee above knee or below knee, as well as it also fits children. This is easily scalable and easily adjustable without needing to have high maintenance costs like other prosthetics that you've seen. Our leg is low maintenance. It is ultra lightweight, it is high quality and made here in Sweden. Now, ROLModels itself is something that has been created from the name Robinoneleg. So ROL. Now, being a role model is something that everyone in this room can do for their small children to older people to be able to develop and learn and change. Now, what we at ROLModels are doing is creating a community of amputees as well as able-bodied people that can interact, communicate, and be part of a good cause. So the team that we are working on at the moment, of course, comes from professional athletes as well as other amputees that we are handpicking and choosing to be ambassadors for ROLModels and representing our brand and our products and helping develop prosthetics into the future, revolving around clients' needs, not limitations. And of course, we want to inspire and motivate not only amputees, but all people to push their limits beyond their wildest dreams. I am Robinoneleg. This is Victor. This is ROLModels.com, and some of the way that you can support and be part of what we're doing by purchasing t-shirts or stickers to go towards the cause of putting prosthetic legs that work and function on human beings. Thank you very much. And as you can see, ROLModels is a leap ahead.
And Victor, we have time for questions. And maybe I can start with one. So I'm interested in that specific moment where you actually came up with, this is how I should do it. You know, the moment of invention.
Yeah, which of course is what some of us all are here, inventors. Now, at the moment that I discovered in 1998 that losing a leg was not only a painful, long-winded experience, but that the prosthetics, I hate to be blunt, but were crap. There was no movement. There was no ability to balance other than like what you see on a pirate's leg. Back in the 1700s, a wooden leg where you're going like this. And so what I discovered after the desire to snowboard so that I could get into a sport that is something that I could push prosthetics to try and develop them further. I discovered at the point that I'd been snowboarding, like I said in the video, that the prosthetic just didn't withstand even walking on the snow, let alone snowboarding. And so I was sitting in a little cafe while I was waiting for the technicians and the prosthetists to repair my leg. And I thought to myself, well, why is it that every prosthetic leg has the only little bit of absorption in the heel? The human body doesn't work like that. And so I came up with the design and the idea of putting the shock absorber into the toe, which is where our human body works when you bend your knees, the same way as when you jump or when you walk. It's not in the heel, like most prosthetic legs, and so I looked at the functionality of that, and that's how it came.
Great.
Thank you.
So any others? So I thought, yeah, we have a question over there. Good.
Yeah, I just wondering, how did you select which market to go for your launch now?
Victor?
Well, at this point, we're going for direct marketing to amputees that we find through our social media and through Robin's networking. And we're also working on with the CE testing now to put it into the healthcare system. So you are actually entitled to have this leg if you need a prosthetic leg.
And just to clarify that a little more, basically the market is world. It is a worldwide market. If you look at the fact in the UK alone, there is 2,000 prosthetic legs made every year that are not worn, and people go back to the only option, which is wheelchair or crutches, because the leg does not work. And so these legs now are being shipped to Africa to be given to the next generation of amputees that have nothing. So for us, it's relatively simple. If we can offer a product that does actually work, for above knee or below knee amputees of any size, any height, any weight range, well then of course our market, we would like to start our market within Sweden, Scandinavia, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and eventually, which is the slightly more complicated market, into America, because they have different testing standards. I have quite a worldwide audience, being the fact that I've been an amputee for 16 years now. I'm also Ireland's Paralympic snowboarder, so there is already quite a lot of interest in what I'm doing, but I'm more interested in seeing what the next generation can do. Like, I skateboard, I snowboard, but imagine what the next golf player or the next Olympic runner could do if they had more ability to be able to just bend and train and be comfortable without pain. It's interesting because prosthetics, since the last Winter Olympics, has actually started to develop because they've realized that you can't be an athlete on a fixed leg that you can't bend. And so now they are developing these. But again, it still takes so long for this process to trickle down to every amputee. And so I'm more interested in making it available to the world. And of course, being that it is made here in Sweden, it's nice to be based here and to be able to help every amputee eventually into the future.
Thanks a lot. That's great. So did we have any? Yeah, we have over here. We had to wait for the mic here, so in a second.
Thank you. Jonas Ansell is my name. I work with different companies here with 3D software for development. Can you say something about the product development process, and practical tests and digital tests and the innovation process?
Yeah, it may be best for you to answer this, if you care so, Victor.
Yeah, can you please explain the question again?
If you run some 3D software or test and digital test or prototypes?
Yeah, all the designs are made in 3D software, and then I produce them at my old employer's factory, and then we tried it out, and we have it on a couple of test patients all around the world now, so we can evaluate the design and improve materials and how the structure is built up to withstand all of these forces that these athletes are putting it through. And then we have production here in Sweden on different production plants all around Sweden, which has the right machinery and the right quality systems for producing medical equipment.
And different materials, I think.
And of course, it's always really important to have it on the ground force as well. I mean, like me as a skateboarder or a snowboarder, I put a prosthetic leg under a lot more pressure than, say, a 70-year-old person. But just to be able to bend and pick up your groceries and be able to walk to the car with that weight gives the same joy to a 70-year-old person as it may do to a 12-year-old child that has a bit more ability. It doesn't really matter of the level of activity of the person, but if you can walk without pain, it makes your life a lot easier. And that's something that, yes, we can do many of the 3D digital tests, and a big part of that, of course, is having the test patients, which we do have already, of about 5 at the moment, that we're looking for more test patients. This is something that you guys can help with in the future. Feel free to get in touch with us if you have anyone in mind that is unhappy with their prosthetic leg, above knee or below knee, that is interested in trialing something and being part of the ROLModels team.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Robinoneleg.
Thank you very much, Kobe.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Victor. Well done.